The Stoic Millionaire. Seneca's timeless financial wisdom. Imagine having the wealth of a Roman senator, estates that stretch beyond the horizon, vaults filled with silver, and influence over emperors. Now imagine willingly giving it all away and feeling richer than ever. This is not a fairy tale. It is the life of Lucius Annaeus Seneca, Rome's philosopher of steel, mentor to an emperor, and one of the richest men of his time. Yet, he lived by a creed that money was a tool, not a master. Today, we journey through the marble halls and dusty scrolls of ancient Rome to uncover Seneca's timeless financial wisdom, principles so powerful they could turn a slave into a statesman and a pauper into a philosopher king. And more importantly, these are strategies you can still use today. Seneca was born around 4 BCE in Cordoba, a prosperous city in the Roman province of Hispania. His father, Seneca the Elder, was a famed rhetorician, a man who understood the power of words, and passed his gift to his son. But Rome, at this time, was not a peaceful republic. It was an empire ruled by the whims of emperors, where wealth could vanish overnight if you stood on the wrong side of power. From a young age, Seneca was sent to Rome to be educated in philosophy and law. He trained under Stoic philosophers, absorbing ideas that would later become the foundation of his wealth principles: self-control, rationality, and a belief that true riches come from mastering oneself, not from owning the world. But fate was not kind. In his early career, Seneca faced political exile to the island of Corsica, accused of an affair with the emperor's sister. It was here, stripped of influence and surrounded by isolation, that he refined the philosophy that would make him both rich and unshakably calm. Seneca returned from exile under the reign of Emperor Claudius, but it was under the young Emperor Nero that he reached the peak of his wealth and influence. As Nero's tutor and advisor, Seneca was granted vast estates, political privileges, and connections that made him one of the wealthiest men in the empire. Yet, this is where Seneca's story becomes fascinating. Because while he accumulated enormous wealth, he constantly rode against greed, extravagance, and the illusion of financial security. It is not the man who is too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Seneca, he understood the dangerous game of Roman politics. Wealth could buy influence, but influence could also paint a target on your back. So he learned to treat money as a shield, not a treasure. He invested in land, lent money to powerful allies, and supported public works. In a world where fortunes were fragile, Seneca diversified not just his assets, but his sources of respect. 1. Master your desires. Seneca warned against what we call lifestyle inflation today. The more you earn, the more you want, until your wants own you. He practiced voluntary poverty for days at a time, wearing rough clothes and eating simple food, reminding himself, "This is what I feared, this is what I fled from." By lowering the threshold of what you need, you gain the freedom to make bold choices without fear of losing comfort. 2. Use money, don't serve it. Seneca saw wealth as a servant to virtue. He used his resources to fund public works, help friends in need, and maintain political alliances. His point was clear: money is only valuable when it serves a purpose beyond the self. 3. Diversify and protect your assets. In a volatile empire, Seneca knew fortunes could be confiscated by imperial decree, so he invested across provinces, held wealth in land, loans, and movable treasures. Today, we'd call this risk management. 4. Prepare for loss. One of Seneca's most famous ideas: rehearse misfortune. He mentally prepared for financial ruin so that if it came, he would remain calm. In modern terms, build resilience before you need it. 5. Time over money. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Seneca, he believed time was the ultimate currency. You can always earn more coins, but you can never earn back an hour wasted on things that don't matter. So how do we apply Seneca's wisdom in our noisy, digital, debt-ridden world? First, audit your desires. Practice living below your means, not out of deprivation, but as training for freedom. Second, make your money serve a purpose. Invest in relationships, skills, and causes that matter. Third, diversify your assets, not just in stocks and real estate, but in your ability to adapt and create value. Fourth, rehearse misfortune. Imagine